Welcome back to another video. Today we are talking about 5 places to find trending Reels audios. Not only you're going to learn about just some locations to find the trending audios, I'm going to be talking about how to actually understand how the audio algorithm works. So if you're looking to gain followers from your Reels, then you have found the right video. Make sure you're subscribed. If you don't love this video, just unsubscribe after. But trust me, there's a lot of social media tips covered on this channel that you're not going to find on other YouTube channels. And I'm putting out new videos at least once a week, sometimes even twice, and you can check the Social Bamboo podcast, which is always twice a week if you'd like an audio experience. Otherwise, let's get into today's video and start posting some trending Reels. Okay, so first off, we have to cover the basics. I'm going to open up my Reels app. The first place you're going to find trending Reels audios is just by scrolling the Reels feed itself and looking for the trending icon at the bottom left of the screen. So when you're looking at Reels, at the very bottom left, you will either see a music note or you will see an upward pointing arrow just like I have here if you're watching with me on YouTube. So that is the simplest way to just find if an audio is trending. You can click on it after and see how many people have used it. I would say if it's under 10,000 total posts on that reel, then it is a great one to play on because there's not really a ton of competition yet. If there's over 10,000, it certainly doesn't mean don't do it, because I mean, there's really only so many audios that us as content creators feel like we can do. I mean, in a way, we can always find some way to use every single audio out there, but sometimes it's a stretch, right? But there's always those audios that really resonate you and you're like, hey, I really got to use this one. So don't look into it too much, but just know that if it's trending, it might also have very high competition. So if I go over here and I can see there's 5,223 other Reels, that would be like a perfect one to do. What you do is you just save as you go. For the time that you're a content creator, you don't just ever watch Reels normally, all right? You watch them with the intent of thinking, is this an audio I would do? If so, you're going to click on it. You're going to click Save Audio. Now, apart from just looking at the trending audio in the corner there, the other way we're going to do it is you're going to go to Post a Reel, and then you're just going to look at this For You section, all right? So it's going to recommend a bunch of different Reels to you. Now, the trick here, though, is if you come in, if you see where it says For You, and then on the right side it says See More, once you click that, now it's actually showing me the amount of total Reels that have been posted on that before. So I can see that this top one has 31,900 Reels, the second one has 797, but this For You section is really a For You section. It uses, it recommends audios based off of ones that are similar to audios you've used in the past. So for me, I've actually done a lot of videos where it's me talking and, it's a teaching topic. It's like a clip from the podcast. And it's very difficult for me to just use any trending audio. I can't really throw Cardi B over me also trying to give an Instagram tip without it just being music overload. You're also going to want to go down to this original audio section. This is where you're going to find more of the lip syncs or the unique audios, the ones that aren't just like a song, right? Someone's exact song, where you can go through and find these more unique ones, like the mashups, some weird ass ones. There's so many weird ones. You know, there's so many that you can, only so many you can do, but that original audio section, when you click on audio in Instagram, is also a phenomenal place to look. One last thing that I'll mention is the import feature. So if you ever want to grab an audio from TikTok and you cannot find that audio on Instagram, so for instance, like this last TikTok that I did, this is not an audio that I can find on Instagram. But this import function allows me to just take the saved TikTok of this and then just import that exact sound over there. So using the import function on Reels is another great way to take things from TikTok if you can't find the audio. Now, the second place you're going to find trending audios is on TikTok, and just doing the exact same thing. So I'm not going to dive into this too much, but it's really just important to note that if you can't find any audios on Reels, There is not a single trend that has ever been started on Reels, okay? All Reels are couple week old TikToks, and only so many of them make it over to Instagram, okay? There are so many trends that happen on TikTok that you'll never see on Instagram, and there's some like really good audios that you actually might want to use. Going over to TikTok, clicking on add a sound, checking out what's viral, going through those releases, and then, of course, scrolling the feed and saving along the way is the second major source you're going to get your audios. Now, those first two things alone will probably supply most of the audios you'll ever need if you just start doing this from now on. So the third place we're going to get these audios, and stick with me here because, like I said, you're only getting part of the information as far as how the algorithm actually works, and I don't want you guys to just use those two sources of, oh, it's a trending audio, it had the arrow next to it. There is more to it to understand. Third one is a very quick mention though. It's called talkboard.com. TOKboard.com, and this is just going to show you the top used TikTok songs of last week, all right? So you can just go through and start playing those, but rather than scrolling through a ton of TikToks to find these, this is a much better way for me to do it, so I can just start here, and then I can go over and then see how the audio was used from other people. Now, the fourth place where we're going to find audios is going to be the most important tip that I'm going to share with you, because here is essentially how the Reels sound algorithm works. If someone likes a post using a certain audio, they are likely to see more posts using that audio. Very simple, right? Same thing as like a hashtag. But for that reason, if you just use a trending audio, it's probably going to have very high reach, but low likes ratio. And a lot of people look into this and they're like, oh, dang, no one liked my post. And it's just because the audio you used was such a generic one, or maybe it was from a different market, like a lot of the gym fitness audios, right? Are like, if you go through that audio, it's like every post on that audio is someone in the gym. So if I were to use that same gym one, and then I use that to show behind the scenes of my social media day, it's gonna show to a bunch of gym bros. So whether they like social media or not, who knows? But there's only so many audios that are very specific to a market. But what you're going to want to do is start by looking at a hashtag in your market and then find the audio backwards. So I'm going to show you an example on my phone here. Basically, if I just come in and type in supercars, then I go to the Reels tab, and then you can just start clicking through some. I was on here earlier, so let me try to find one that I had already found was a good example. I think it's, oh yeah, right here. So maybe you've heard that audio before, but it is, when I click on the audio, you can see that almost every single post on here is an extreme sport and mostly people driving cars. It's just an audio used to show off extreme sports, okay? So I actually have, funnily enough, used that same audio on like a teaching topic before, and it really didn't do well as far as the likes to reach ratio, and this is partly why. There's a lot of markets such as mine where there's not really like a lot of audios that like are specific to just that, like, you know, that market, right? So just to show you an example here, if I type in like Instagram marketing and then I go to that hashtag, and then I go to the Reels. So this is the first audio. If you haven't heard that audio yet, you're not on social media enough. Yeah, so when I click on it, so the first one was someone talking about, how to get more followers on Instagram. So that's in my market. When I go to the audio, there's dogs, there's a weightlifter, there's someone reading, there's a bunch of random stuff. There's someone like out in nature, like showing, like traveling and everything. So like there's a little bit of everything. So in this case, it doesn't mean that it's a bad audio to use, but it just means that it's going to find, a lot of random people for a little bit. But the way that I could say, okay, I see a lot of just audios like that in my industry where it's just kind of used by everyone. There's not like a specific audio like in the car market for me to use to like get to all the Instagram people, what you can do is instead go to one of the main creators in your market. So I'm going to go to InstaCoach Mike, and then you can go to their audio. And then I'm looking at InstaCoach Mike's recent post, and you can see it's actually an original audio from him. So what I could do actually is I could go through InstaCoach Mike's audios and know that if I use his audios, his original audios here, that I will likely show to people who follow him and have liked that audio, right? So like going through a couple more posts here, this one is like him using, an existing audio. And let's see if I can find another. Yeah, so this one, InstaCoach Mike original audio. If I click on it, it's only him who's used that audio. But what I can also know about it is that the only people who have seen that are likely his followers. And there are a lot of people interested in Instagram coaching. So if I use the original audios of people who are creators in my market, that will probably get you the highest reach to followers ratio, which is really important. Fifth one we're going to talk about is just use an audio that matches the mood of the post regardless of if it's trending or not. Okay, so in the case of when I do a lot of like teaching topics where I'm just doing a clip from the podcast, it's like a professional reel, then it's a lot better for me to just find an audio that works as background music while I'm talking than to just say, oh, this Cardi B song is trending, so let me just throw that over me talking. You're not going to really be able to hear what I'm saying. Check out an artist called Sworn, SWORN. I've used a lot of their stuff, pretty much every song a couple times for all of my more educational reels. If you want to check my page, you can also go through my reels and just save any of those. I've done a bunch of them where there's, just the light music in the background. But ultimately, if the mood of the music doesn't match the post, then it's not going to do well either way. So I just want to make that as my fifth and final point of knowing that if it comes down to an audio that matches with the content perfectly, or a trending audio that doesn't sound that great, but hey, it kind of works and it's trending, choose the audio that actually just fits with the post over the one that is trending, because it probably won't have a chance to keep going if the post doesn't really hit the right way. Hope you got some value out of that episode. Again, make sure you're subscribed. New episodes every Monday and Thursday. You can catch me on the road at the Social Bamboo Podcast. Talk to you soon.